Hey yo, good afternoon, viewers of the tube. My name is Tyler of Chico Crypto, and welcome to the crypto channel that brings the heat to all things crypto, no matter what people think. Well, let us get all fired up because it's time for Chico Crypto. Big things are coming around for Bitcoin. What I'm talking about is thunderous and would make Greek god Zeus proud. If you don't know what I'm talking about, from my hints, I'm talking about the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Today we will be taking an objective look at the Lightning Network, discussing both sides of the coin, good and bad. But first, let's learn about what the Lightning Network is. It's a scaling solution for Bitcoin that was proposed in 2015 and basically creates a network layer that sits on top of the Bitcoin blockchain and then eventually settles on top of it. This network is made up of user-generated channels that send payments back and forth in a secure and trustless manner, just like Bitcoin, but instantly and with much lower fees. This means small and micro transactions will use the Lightning Network, while large transfers that require the utmost security will still use the original Bitcoin layer. Now that we have a basic understanding of it, let's learn about the good things happening with the network. The statistics for the network are looking good. The number of nodes with active payment channels as of yesterday sits just below 3,700, up over 26% in the past 30 days. As we can see from this growth chart, the number of nodes has grown exponentially over the past year. Another interesting stat is the network capacity, which shows the total Bitcoin capacity across all the Lightning channels. What network capacity means is when a node opens a channel, they need to be funded with Bitcoin. If the channel is going to be transacting larger amounts or have a ton of channels, it would need to be funded with a higher amount of Bitcoin. Currently, the total network capacity is over 741 Bitcoin, or just above $2.76 million. And as we can see from this chart, capacity has exploded in the past 4 months. But this capacity isn't necessarily a good thing and is one of the criticisms of the Lightning Network. Many critics believe that it will lead to centralization, to a few large nodes who have the capacity of Bitcoin to support it. This is actually not false either. As of today, 10 of the largest Lightning Network nodes control over 32.5% of the network's capacity. Although, as more people join the network and learn about opening channels, we could see a decrease in this power of larger nodes. And this leads us to our next good thing. Documentation is being produced and setting up a node is getting easier every day. On the Bitcoin subreddit, there was a post exclaiming there needs to be more nodes, and the author posted a guide on how to set up a Lightning node for under $100 with limited technical knowledge. He provides a link to a GitHub guide, which is an easy walkthrough, and it looks like the hardware needed is a Raspberry Pi, micro SD card, USB power adapter, external hard disk of 500 gigabytes or more, and an optional Raspberry Pi case. Link for that walkthrough is in the description of this video if you're interested in setting up your own node. Now to the bad of this. There are some major risks with the Lightning Network and running a full node. If you're going to be putting a large amount of Bitcoin to open up large channels or multiple channels, you need to be very good at dealing with servers that require generating secure live backups. If you don't, you run the risk of losing all your Bitcoin. Also, to receive payments and process payments through your node, it needs to be online at all times, as well as the receiver and any intermediaries. Another point is if your node goes offline, it creates many problems. It is possible for one of the two parties from a payment channel to close it and pocket all the funds while the other party is offline. This is known as a fraudulent channel close. Although there is time to contest the closing of the channel, but a prolonged absence by one of the parties results in expiry of that period. So I recommend if you're going to set up a node and go straight to the mainnet, only use a small amount of Bitcoin, like under $100. And even better, get used to what you need to do by running a Lightning node on the Bitcoin testnet. And when you're comfortable, slowly ease into the mainnet of the Bitcoin blockchain. Now on to another good thing, the development of wallets and applications for the Lightning Network. A good example of this is the Blue Wallet for both Android and iOS. It is the first wallet aimed for people who are not tech savvy enough or don't have the time to set up their own Lightning nodes. So how does this work if the user doesn't have its own channels? Well, Blue Wallet uses an already established Lightning hub called L&D Hub. A user sends their Bitcoins to the dedicated hub and the balance is added to their account. Then the user can use this balance to pay Lightning invoices from other nodes across the globe instantly. Although this goes back to the issue of centralization. If many of the wallet's users start using L&D Hub, the amount of funds, the liquidity, and capacity will also grow, turning it into a major hub on the network. Another cool application is called tippin.me, a way to receive tips and tip people for things online like good tweets. Setting up is super easy. Just go to the site tippin.me, log in with your Twitter account, and you're already set up. Even the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, got involved with tippin.me, leading to a max influx of Lightning Network users. Then, just 4 days ago, Jack Dorsey received and set up his own full Bitcoin and Lightning node through the plug-and-play solution Casa node. This is great for adoption, as Jack has a ton of social influence. But let's finish the episode off with a little Chico crypto conspiracy time. Why has Jack all of a sudden started supporting Bitcoin, especially the Lightning Network? Around the same time Jack was getting excited, one of the biggest YouTube crypto personalities, Ivan on Tech, started pushing hard for the Lightning Network. If multiple celebrities and influencers start supporting the Lightning Network here soon, it will make my ears perk that much more. Why? Well, I have made videos on this before, but in short, Blockstream is the ones behind the Lightning Network, and they are gaining large influence over Bitcoin's development with each passing day. Blockstream is funded by none other than Digital Currency Group, led by Barry Silbert, as seen from this tweet in February of 2016. Barry Silbert himself is an ex-banker, and DCG is funded by MasterCard. Also, you want to know who is involved with Barry and DCG? Glenn Hutchins. He sits on the board, but he also sits on the board of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and was just re-elected to sit there until 2022. Lawrence H. Summers, who is board advisor, was chief economist at the World Bank, deputy secretary of the Treasury for the Clinton administration, and eventually went on to become the secretary of the Treasury. Now, why in the hell are people involved with the elite and banks funding the Lightning Network? Is this their attempt to create another centralized monetary system because they know they can't stop Bitcoin? So they will develop something to sit on top of it to put the powers in their hands. Like I said, if more and more celebrities start endorsing the Lightning Network, I will know DCG is behind it. Well, I'm going to keep my eyes on top of this, and viewers, you keep tuning in. Cheers, I'll see you next time.